So it's not like we have anywhere to evacuate to. There is no strategy to win primaries, to look for new recruits. I mean, now's the time to do it. We have a movement of
to figure out
that all have an IQ below 80.
To figure out what's the turnout operation that has Democrats, as you pointed out in your piece this week, overperforming polls that are traditionally already biased to them already, and they're even overperforming those on game day. No, none of that. Because there's no money to be made in peddling that content. All the money is to be made in peddling the stuff that actually is in conflict with what it would take to win.
Blaze TV senior editor Daniel Horowitz and host Steve Deese are apparently fed up with the electoral approach the Republican Party has decided to stick with, despite clear signs that most Americans are tired of the openly ignorant and grifting political class.
It is very profitable. We saw it with that whole Diamond and Silk duo on Fox, and we're just going to keep doing this. And what's so tragic is there's one thing if, look, we just go aloof to all the trends and continue losing swing areas, losing national elections, but man, we're just fortifying those red areas, kind of doing our own thing. Joe Biden's two-state solution, albeit here where it needs to be done. But the reality is, I mean, there is nobody on the horizon that I could see, governor, senator, anything that's even close to the man from Florida you're not allowed to talk about.
They should be frustrated that Donald Trump created Maga and took the normal Republican approach of complaining about issues in the country, quietly making them worse, than blaming Democrats and hoping to win. It's been switched up to lifting as much money as possible from gullible and hateful people that they've managed to attract with alternate realities. It does well for the grifters' bank accounts, but not so well for appealing to the majority of Americans.
Obama is playing Sleepy Joe Biden in a mask. George Woods, the actor, is playing Sleepy Joe, trying to wake people up by pretending to spend all this money in Ukraine that he signs and he's signing a blank paper.
Tupac's still alive?
Yep.
Where's he?
Jackson is still alive.
Where are they?
In there with Trump.
Well, they're in the, and we're out here, damn it. I would have loved to have seen Tupac.
The Democrats were the ones that were for slavery. The Democrats were the ones that came up with the Jim Crow stuff.
Even if all of that were true about slavery, which party flies the Confederate flag today?
A lot of the Democrats.
You really think Democrats fly the Confederate flag
There's
more
Democrats
than Republicans?
yes.
Overwhelmingly, you'll see a Confederate flag right next to a Trump flag. That's just how it works nowadays.
No, I haven't seen that overwhelmingly.
You really? Was it Democrats or Republicans trying to take down Confederate statues?
Confederate statues?
Which party was trying to take down Confederate statues?
What's the statue got to do with?
You're saying that Democrats are pro-Confederate, but weren't Democrats trying to remove Confederate statues?
Why are they doing that?
Because they're anti-Confederate.
No, they're not.
Why are they trying to remove the statues then?
Because they're trying to change the history of our country. Take your camera and go interview all these black people that are here, okay?
Yeah.
And you ask them
the three black people that are here?
MAGA has the hearts and minds of these supporters, which work well at rallies in small towns. But it's just not these guys on Blaze TV that are frustrated. Remember, Representative Chip Roy is just as frustrated. Remember when he said this?
One thing. I want my Republican colleagues to give me one thing, one, that I can go campaign on and say we did. One. Anybody sitting in the complex, if you want to come down to the floor and come explain to me one material, meaningful, significant thing the Republican majority has done besides, well, I guess it's not as bad as the Democrats.
Roy's pleas for something substantive to campaign on wouldn't draw in or retain the attention of Republican rallygoers. And the new blood that Horowitz is seeking has emerged within the chaos. They promote themselves based on the incompetence, but then continue to push the same losing talking points that got them there. Watch.
I think there's something deeper going on in the Republican Party here, and I am upset about what happened last night. We've become a party of losers at the end of the day. It was a cancer in the Republican establishment. Let's speak the truth. I mean, since Ronna McDaniel took over as chairwoman of the RNC in 2017, we have lost 2018, 2020, 2022, no red wave that never came. We got trounced last night in 2023. And I think that we have to have accountability in our party. For that matter, Ron, if you want to come on stage tonight, you want to look the GOP voters in the eye and tell them you resign, I will turn over yield my time to you. And frankly, look, the people there cheering for losing in the Republican Party. We need accountability because this media rigged the 2016 election. They rigged the 2020 election with the Hunter Biden laptop story. And they're going to rig this election.
Same arguments, just from a different, more rapid speaker in Vivek Ramaswamy. Maybe they need to pay attention to the old school Republicans, like Rick Santorum, who can't help but to break down what's really wrong with their electoral politics. They have to stop putting issues on the ballot that they're wildly unpopular on, apparently. It's a little bit too much democracy for old Rick to handle.
These elections, off-year elections, odd-number elections, are very low turnout elections. They are base elections. And the Democrats have traditionally, number one, outspent us, not just in odd-number year elections, but generally speaking, number one. And number two, their base is more ginned up to go out and vote generally than Republicans. We've seen this now for the last several years. And so a base election, Democrats outspend, and you put very sexy things like abortion and marijuana on the ballot, and a lot of young people come out and vote. It was a secret sauce for disaster in Ohio. I don't know what they were thinking, but that's why I thank goodness that most of the states in this country don't allow you to put everything on the ballot, because pure democracies are not the way to run a country.